Life in Boston was such a pain in the ass. I mean, like, I don't know how I survived over there. Literally, I was thinking that I'm just gonna leave. I was almost like packing my bags and just like booking the ticket to leave. And then, like something like stopped inside of me, and it's like, the life is like white and black stripes. So then this black stripe finished super fast, and then the white one came out, and I stayed over there like for more, like for 4 months Hello guys, it's Nadia, and I hope I'm not gonna break my t-shirt, the one that I like super much, and some kind of exercise. We do exercise in the videos, it's fine. So this video is about me living in Boston for over like 7 months, and the way how I survived there and what happened to me, and basically just some things that I found interesting or not interesting, or main things that I want to share. So I decided to divide it into like 5 facts about Boston or something like that. It will be probably kind of interesting, maybe kind of tricky interesting. I don't know if it's happens. I mean, like tricky interesting, but still I hope you're gonna like this video, because I was thinking about creating something about me, Boston, and everything. I had some kind of small vlog from Boston, but nothing about like talking and what do I think about the city. So let's watch 5 facts, 5, not 10, about me being in Boston. Prices is something that I wasn't really expecting, because most of the time I was living in Finland, and the prices, like the monthly spendings there, are around, it's varies from 500 euros to like maybe, okay, 1000 if we take it like as a huge like part. So from 500 to 1000 in my living in Finland, but in Boston it's insane. I mean, like you can easily spend in month like over $3,000 or something. I don't know how people live there, honestly. And that's why I was almost packing my bags, everything, and leaving back, because I didn't know how to survive there. I was searching for the flat, like the renting the flat room, apartment or something on the Craigslist, and also just in the internet, where like, and the agencies everywhere, and just the basic small room, small as hell, like seriously. I don't know if the hell even, maybe it's smaller, but I'm not sure, have never been there, and hopefully not gonna get there. The room is freaking small, and it's one room in a 4-room apartment or 5-room apartment is around $1,500. I mean, it's Boston. I mean, it's not in the center. I mean, why do you ask for that much? Okay, one purpose, what I was saying. One thing is like why it's that kind of expensive is because in Boston there are like over 100 universities there, and that's kind of super crazy, because everyone is trying to find the apartment, because they don't want to live in the dormitory, because dormitory is sometimes even more expensive than living in the flat. So that's crazy. So after, firstly, I got the apartment that was around $800, I think. So I was quite happy, because it's not 1,500. So kind of my limit, like my limit from Finland was nothing in comparison to the limit that I had in United States. So my apartment was around $800, and then I was like, okay, so I need to find something else, because the rent was only for 3 months, and all other apartments were like 1,500, 2,500 the room, like not even the apartment. If you want the whole apartment, it's insanely crazy. The price goes up to 4,000, and I'm like, what? And I mean, like, yes, you can rent the whole place and then rent out the rooms, but it's kind of complicated to find people and everything, and maybe you won't like those people. So that was crazy. But like, this white stripe from my life begins, and like magic happens. I don't know, that was just like something. And I got the room for $500, and I was like, oh my god, that's the best thing that happened to me, because otherwise I would pack my bags and go back to Russia and then go back to Finland. That was crazy. So the prices for living are insane. The prices for food are, I mean, like, I compared them to the prices in Russia to the prices to Finland. They kind of in the between, so that's not such a huge problem, because in Moscow they're a bit like less than in Finland. In Finland just a bit higher, and in Boston it was kind of in between, so that's not such a huge problem. So that's my fact number one, is prices. And if you go to Boston, just prepare yourself to spend tons of money for living, like the apartment, the place, location, because I wasn't living in the center. I was living quite, like, it was around 20 minutes by train, like metro they call it, to go to the center, so 20 minutes. So that was quite like far away, and the price was insane. I mean, like, even around me the buildings, they were around like 1,500, and I was like, oh Jesus, seriously, not gonna pay that much for just room where you have only a bed and the closet, that's it. So of course no. Places in Boston is super nice, and there are so many green space places, like where there's trees, parks, those kind of small gardens and everything. That's amazing, because when you're in the city and you want to have this kind of time with nature, you want to go to some parks and everywhere. So there is like Boston Common, the park, and that's super nice, and it's kind of chill over there. Also, there's some kind of reservoir places around Boston, and that's super nice. And what I like mostly about Boston, I mean, like, it's not even about Boston, is that you can easily go to New York, because New York is my favorite city. So the buses to New York are around like $50, and that's better than to use the airplane, because the airplane is freaking expensive as well. It's around like $300 to fly to New York. So I was super shocked, because in Europe it's so cheap to fly anywhere. It's like $50, $50, like 50 euros. Maybe the kind of difference, maybe, okay, $55, it's gonna be 50 euros. So, and that was insanely crazy for me. But the bus, it was comfortable, quite comfortable bus. It much better than the Flixbus. Flixbuses, I hate Flixbuses. I don't like them. After we traveled with my friend from Brussels to Paris, I hate Flixbuses. So no Flixbuses. But the one that I used in United States, it was the Peter Pan bus, I think, and we went from Boston to New York, and it was around $50-$60. So it was quite good price, and it takes you around maybe 3 hours to go by bus. I'm not sure like the timing, but still it's super nice, and that you can get to New York that fast and also cheap. And in New York you can do many things, because in Boston I feel that sometimes it was quite boring, and there's more like, you know, this LA living. I mean, like, that people, I mean, like, maybe not even LA living, because people were like, I don't know, like, so slow. And I don't know, I just didn't like Boston for that kind of chill life, you know. I like when the life punches me and tell me like, Nadia, you need to start working, Nadia, you need to start doing something. Because when it goes so smooth, you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna live my life and chill and do nothing. That's why I was like, Boston is nice if you kind of want to chill, but New York is better if you want to do like self-development. So that was my fact number 2. Bloggers. Bloggers, vloggers, Instagrammers, all people who are trying to be influencers. That's the funniest part. And I mean, like, firstly, I was so into thinking that, oh, I'm gonna go to United States, I'm gonna be freaking amazing blogger, vlogger, whatever, Instagram, blah 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 blah. But the thing is that it's not like in New York. I think in New York it's more developed and communities over there are much better. But I mean, like, I will do the separate video about these vloggers, bloggers, influencers, and all those people, because sometimes it's really confusing and complicated. So, but what I want to say about Boston, they have so many events that you can attend. There is an app called Eventbrite. I will put the somewhere here the picture of the app, or there's also the website which you can use like from your desktop computer, whatever computer, MacBook computer, Apple computer. How those computer called? Like the basic opening computer. I don't know. Just like laptop, it's called laptop. So you can just use laptop from the laptop. I'm so stupid. So, and you can like sign for any events that you're interested in. There are so many networking events, fashion events, any kind of events. Some fashion events that are listed, you need to write email to the person where you write information about your blog and everything, and then you're coming to event and blah, they say like yes, you can come, and you come into event and blah blah blah. But what I want to say, so if you want to go to like blogger event, anything in Boston, you shouldn't I mean, not you shouldn't, you don't need to have like 10,000 followers, you don't need to have 100,000 followers, I mean, like, you don't need to have even 5,000 followers, because most of the people like they are into the micro influencers, bloggers, like people who even have like 2,000, 1,000, but are not probably less than 1,000, because I saw many people who have like 1,000 or like 2,000 and they attend those events like bloggers and influencers. So first I was asking myself like how they do it, why, and blah blah blah, but then I understood that they live in Boston, they communicate with many people who are in Boston, the brand that is promoted is from Boston, so basically they're targeting Boston people. So that's why they take this Boston, even like micro influencers, to just influence on people who are living in Boston. So for them it's amazing that they can go. Like that time I had around 10,000 followers on my Instagram, and this is how I kind of went to kind of several events, but some events you need to pay for them. I didn't pay for any event while I was in Boston. I was going for free for all events, because I thought that maybe I shouldn't spend my money on that because I have to pay for my flat and for the food. I think no food in this video, but it's just like whatever. So events are super nice and bloggers are amazing and they're friendly and communicative, and also like and I hate the word and and the thing is that there is a community of Boston bloggers and anyone can join it, participate in events, go to like meetings and chill together, support each other, and that's amazing. That's why I really like Boston, that people are super friendly and they have this kind of community. When I attended an event in the hair salon where they were promoting Oribe, whatever the name correctly is, Oribe I think, they were promoting that brand, and I was like talking with people over there and they were just super cute, adorable, nice, amazing, lovely, funny. And that's the thing that I really liked in Boston, because even if you met once or twice, at some point the person see you outside, like somewhere, like you go into the store to buy some, like to the grocery store, anywhere, and if the person see you and remembers you, the person will say hi, oh, how are you, and everything. That small talk and everything, that's amazing. That was like really like touched my heart, because that was super nice. I mean, like, I don't know what to say else about those kind of people, because that was amazing. The people in Boston are extremely nice, what I can say there, but not in the post office. In the post office they're not nice at all. But that's a different story, and I mean, like, if I will start telling the story, that's gonna be super crazy and it's gonna take around 20 minutes, so we're not gonna talk about that. But Boston events, I'm gonna put the app for the events where I search it for all cities, so not only for Boston, that you can also use. It's called Eventbrite. I put the icon somewhere here or here, and also links below for that. And that was my fact number 3, like about the places, events, and I mean, like, not about places, more is about events, bloggers, is transportation. And they have really nice transportation system, in a way that they have buses, and that's amazing. I mean, like, I was using the bus to go for my internship like every day, and that was amazing because the metro thing, that what it's called, I don't know, the tram metro, because it looks like a tram, but it's like metro because the tram goes inside and outside. That's funny though. And that was also easy to use, and the price is quite the crisis. The crisis, that's what I got after living in Boston. I got the crisis in my wallet. That's a new expression, crisis in my wallet. So the prices for like tickets and everything was quite bad. I mean, in the way that it was like 150 for one, like, one way trip, and I was buying for 1 month. It was like $85. That's freaking a lot. That's freaking a lot. For me, it's freaking a lot. In Russia, it cost, I don't know, it's around maybe 20, 30, okay, 50, no, not even 50, it's $40, even less, I think. And there was like $85 for the transportation. And funniest thing, like, if you go to the club at night, it doesn't work, so it started operating at 5 or something. So I was using Uber is another thing. There's also the app called Lyft, so I will put the apps somewhere there, and here will be the Uber icon, like Uber icon app, and here will be the Lyft app. So 2 apps for the transportation, like using the cab, as they call it, or as I call it, taxi. So the Uber was quite nice, but if you're in the club, you first need to walk around 15 minutes, like somewhere to the corner. Then your price goes from $35 to go home to 20. You know, minus $15 for 15 minutes walking. It's easy to do it, because I mean, like, they know that a lot of things, like the clubs, they're in the seaport area, I think, as I remember it, most of them. And you going out and you need to get the cab and you order it, and of course, because it's near, they put the price higher. But if you walk a little bit, they put the price like lower, because they think that, oh, you just woke up, you maybe need to go somewhere or something. I don't know how they calculate that, but I was just standing in front of a different building. Basically, it was like 5 minutes walking from the club, and my price to go home was decreased by $15 or something like that. That was insane. I was happy about that. So there is like 3 ways to get the transportation that I was doing. Like, I don't know, maybe there are more ways to get somewhere. So there was that metro, whatever, and MBTA, I think it's called. I put the icon over here. There was buses and metro. There's Uber and there is Lyft. Those apps, I will put the links below, that you can use them easily. Mostly I was using Uber because I was a lazy ass, and at some point the funniest fact, when we went to New York, my Uber was most of the time with 50% off. In Boston, it was like full-time price, full-time, every day, every night. One day when it was Black Friday, it was with a discount, so that was crazy, because it was like around $4 to get to my work, or I think it was like $4 or $5 to get to my work. That was crazy. I was happy as hell. I don't know. I just was like, I'm taking Uber. I'm not gonna go because I needed to take the bus that brings me to another bus, and from that bus I was going to work. So I had 2 bus, or 1 change to the bus. So that was crazy, but I still like it, because in those buses there were like less people than in the metro, because in metro it was really crazy and you were feeling yourself like you're a fish in the cave. And I'm like, no, how to pronounce it correctly. Kane. I don't know. So in the Kane, you know, this metal box. So I was feeling this way because once my ticket wasn't working and I needed to go to the main, like to downtown crossing, where is the ticket office located, where they solve those kind of issues, and I needed to go over there, and I was like late to my work, so I needed to use the metro. So I get to the metro and the doors are like basically people standing over there and they're waiting, they're not getting in because they see there is tons of people, but I needed to go, and I was just running in and saying like, hey guys, I'm really sorry but I have to go. And the thing is, like in Boston they do wait. In Russia they never gonna wait, they're just gonna go inside, like all like in, you know, those YouTube videos with China metro. I will put the kind of small video of the China metro somewhere here if I find the video, because that's the way how in Moscow it looks. But in Boston they were just really lovely, nicely waiting for the next train, but I needed to go. So that was my fact number 4 about the transportation, and that's really crazy, but it's nice that you can pay $85, and of course with the approximate salary around 2,500, paying $100 for the metro once a month, it's quite cheap. But in Russia the salary average is like $500, so I mean, like paying 100 for the transportation, that's crazy. So you should know that. Number fact. That's crazy. Fact number 5. Number fact. So fact number 5, the 5th one. Okay, I'm not gonna do it like that, I don't like it. Okay, so it's about clubs. That's the most funniest thing, I think so, but I'm not sure, because I didn't go to clubs that often. I went only for Rehab, the DJ, and I went for Kashmir, whatever, the DJ again, and then I don't remember for whom else I went. Oh, this one that throws the cake to the face. Oh, Steve Aoki. I forgot the name. So I think those 3, and also, oh yeah, and that's it basically. And that's for the Boston. In New York I went for we went for Rehab with my friend. That was the funniest thing ever. So the thing is, like the parties that I attend, like those DJs thing, I went to the Grand Boston and Royale. So there was 2 clubs. I mean, like there are more clubs, but I went only to those 2, and it was quite okay, and I can't complain on them that much. But of course, if it's kind of really big DJ, famous DJ, the floor gets sticky, everything gets sticky, people are drunk as always, nothing changed. Because I remember when I went to clubs in Russia, in Moscow, the floor wasn't that sticky. I don't know how they managed to not make a floor sticky. I don't know what they do. But like in Boston, in Finland, everywhere else, the floor gets sticky. That's what I don't like. But when we went to one, I think like to the most ones that we went, like to those 3, I mean, the funniest thing is that we were coming early so that we can stay near the DJ, so that we can see. That's why we missed all that sticky floor and everything, because we were just like standing over there and waiting when it's gonna start, and when we just want to leave, we just leave. And in the Grand Boston, the problem was there that they were like putting kind of this rope fence and for example the DJ is there and blah blah blah, and there's tons of people, and if you leave to go to the toilet, you can't get in because there's a line of people who wants to get inside of this rope kind of thing. And that was crazy because we were there around like 10 or something, maybe 11ish, and DJ came around 12:30, so basically you can't go outside because you can't get inside. That was crazy. That's why I didn't like, but at some point it was fine. I mean, like quite nice experience. Though those 2 clubs that I attended was the Grand and Royal Pictures. And basically that's it for the clubbing part, because I'm not that clubby person. Maybe the bars, I'm more like a bar person, because you can chill over there and talk to people, because in the club you can't talk to people, and that's kind of frustrates me because sometimes you meet with people really rarely and you don't talk to them, and what the point of meeting them, because basically you can just not meet them. That's what I want to say for the fact number 5. That's probably it for the video, and I hope you liked it. The facts that I have from Boston, I mean, like, those are more common because about talking about the food or how the people do, how much you pay for pay. Oh my god, what does pay word means? Spend for the day. I think it depends on you personally, because I go to Starbucks every day. I mean, like, I went to Starbucks every day while I was in Boston, so you know, like, price. Then I was going to Whole Foods because my card wasn't working in Stop and Shop, whatever, or so, I don't remember the name of the store. That's funny though. Not Stop and Shop, something else. So my card was working on the Whole Foods. That's why in Whole Foods the prices are like higher. And then I got the card, like American card, so I was going to that store that I don't remember the name, so I was kind of saving my money, but still I was going to Starbucks every day. So maybe you are not a Starbucks person, so you go to some other places. It depends what you eat and what you like, I don't know, your buying behavior because I think you can easily live with a $50, even less, a day. That's quite fine. But if you want to go to restaurants, for example, like every day, like one day, if you take one day, so in the morning you go to Starbucks, then you having a lunch somewhere, then you having dinner somewhere, and then you go into the club. So it's gonna be around $150, sometimes even more, 200. So that's what you need to think of, because in the restaurants depends, of course, again, on the which restaurant you're gonna go. Then it's maybe like cheap restaurant, it's gonna be more expensive, luxurious restaurant, then also where you have lunch, what you eat, if it's fish or not fish, it's like what type of restaurant. So if you just like select something, but for me it depend on the day. So sometimes it was like $50 a day, sometimes less, sometimes I was taking food with me, so basically I was spending money on Starbucks only, it was like $7. So it just depends what you buy and what like you are aware of probably in the spending, I mean, way. Because if you are really concerned about saving your money, you just gonna save your money and you're gonna bring food, like your prepared food and everything. So it just depends really on you. And I hope you like this video, and you're gonna put likes, you know, likes, those likes. And I did my nails. And that's a different video, you know. I did it yesterday about my nails and how I was doing them. That's funny though. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like my 5 facts about Boston, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.